Okay. Right here we have a car A hits car B type of car insurance scenario. This is a kind of a raw scenario, so I'm sure it's not exactly how things would shake out, but mostly this class is about a general knowledge. Just going to give you a general knowledge on who's going to pay what. So just some base numbers here. Car A, we're going to say that car A is at fault. Okay, I'm going to put an F for fault. Car A hit car B. Car A is at fault. In general, the person that's at fault is responsible for paying for the other car and the other car's injuries. And the minimum type of insurance you need to have is liability. And so understandably so, that's so that you can't just drive around and hit people and not pay for their car. So it's illegal to not have at least liability in the state of Texas. I'm sure other states are similar. So car A has $7,000 damage to it. Car B has $3,000. Car A has $1,000 worth of injuries, just making easy numbers to the driver. And then car B has $2,000 in injuries to the driver and $1,500 in injuries to the other passenger. Okay, so that's kind of the story. Now, other things that are important, car A only has liability and collision coverage. And then car B has what we're going to call full coverage. So this little half sheet right here is a sample auto policy that I made up that shows bodily injury limit under $50,000 per person, $100,000 per occurrence, no deductible. Property liability, that would take care of the innocent person's property and the innocent person's body. Under $100,000 for the occurrence. Collision covers you regardless of fault. Okay, covers your car, okay, your property regardless of fault. So whether you're innocent or guilty, your car gets covered with collision, and there's an $850 deductible on this policy, up to the actual cash value. Actual cash value is if you were to total the car, the insurance company would say, okay, that we deem that car worth this. That's what you can have for it. That's also negotiable, by the way, and so you should fight that if you're in that situation. Comprehensive, if it's an act of God type situation where a storm makes a tree branch fall through your car, that would get covered with your comprehensive insurance. Same thing with theft and vandalism, and hitting an animal. All that's covered with comprehensive. And then uninsured, underinsured motorist, that's if, let's say you're the innocent party and someone hits you, like a hit and run, and they don't have insurance, or if they do have insurance but they don't have enough insurance to cover you, then your uninsured motorist would kick in, you would pay the deductible, and then your insurance would kick in and cover the rest. That's to save you as the innocent party from having a lot of the cost falling on you. Okay, so that whole table right there, we're gonna say that is full coverage. Somebody has full coverage like car B does, they have the whole table. If you have liability and collision only, you only have the top 3 rows of that table. That's just for the interest of this class and this practice problem. Okay, so we need to figure out how much is car A paying out of pocket, how much is car A's insurance pay, car B paying out of pocket, and B's insurance pay. In a perfect world, since car A is at fault, in a perfect world, car B and car B's insurance should not pay anything if car A has enough insurance. Okay, so liability, we talked about the root word of liability is liable, meaning you're responsible for. So your liability insurance only covers the car that you hit, not yours, assuming you're the one that's at fault. Okay, it covers the innocent car and the innocent person's bodily injuries. Okay, so in this story, car B was injured and car B's car was damaged. When I'm telling people how to work these problems, I tell them to take it one damage number at a time. Damage number meaning 7,000. So let's look at car A's car. Okay, if car A is at fault, car A's car is covered under their collision coverage. Okay, because collision covers you regardless of fault. Even though you're at fault, it covers your car. Even if you weren't at fault, and for some reason you had to pay, even though you're innocent, it would cover your car. After you pay the deductible. In this sample policy, the deductible is $850. So you would pay car A would pay the first $850. And car A's insurance would pay the rest of that $7,000. So it'd be $7,000 minus the $850 would be $6,150. Now we're not done, so we're just going to keep adding on to that as we go. So we've done this one. Next number, car A's injuries. Car A has liability and collision only. It doesn't have medical payment insurance. We're not talking about health insurance. We're talking about car insurance in a vacuum. So in real life, the health insurance would probably kick in, and as far as that $1,000. But we're going to say that $1,000 is out of his pocket because liability covers the other car's injuries, not his, if it's car A that's at fault. So that $1,000 is completely out of his pocket because he's not liable for his own body. He's liable for other people's body and other people's car. And then collision doesn't cover your own medical bills. Okay, so that's two of the numbers done. Now, car B's car. Car B is innocent. So as long as car A has liability coverage and it has enough coverage to cover $3,000, which it does, the limit here is $100,000 per occurrence. Okay, so $100,000 covers the $3,000. So car A's insurance will pay the $3,000 with no deductible for A to pay. So car A's insurance picks all that up because of the property liability coverage that car A has. Okay, so that number's done. Car B's injuries. Okay, car B has two people injured. Okay, $2,000 to the driver, $1,500 to the passenger. Bodily injury liability, which car A has, the limit is $50,000 per person. Well, both of those are under $50,000 per person, and it's $100,000 per occurrence. So as long as the total injuries in the accident is under $100,000 and under $50,000 per person, then they're covered with no deductible, which they are. So car A's insurance will cover the $2,000 and the $1,500. Now, we've used all the numbers, correct? So this was just like the perfect case scenario for a car B. They didn't have to pay anything because car A had adequate insurance. And so the last thing you'd have to do here is add these up. This would be $1,850 for car A to pay out of pocket. And then, let's see, 565, $7,650 for car A's insurance to pay. Let's see, 65, $7,650, yes. Okay, $7,650 for car A's insurance to pay. Nothing for car B to pay at all. Okay, now, a couple things are going to happen in real life after this. Car A's insurance premiums are probably going to go up. Why? Is car A's insurance happy that they had to pay $7,650? No. And so they're going to try and get their money back out of car A by upping his premiums and getting more out of him every month. That's how car insurance companies make money. But car B is happy because they got covered. Now, I could change one thing in this problem and it changed the whole problem. What if car A did not have liability insurance at all? All they had was collision. And we'll say that car B has full coverage still. Well, if they don't have liability insurance, then that means they can't cover the $1,500 for the passenger, or the $2,000 for the driver, or the $3,000 for the car. So this $3,000, $2,000, this $6,500 right here, all of that is going to fall on car B. Okay, so I'm going to take these check marks away because we got to redo those. All right, so I'm going to take this away too. Now, car A still has collision, so they're paying $650, and their insurance paying $61.50 for their car, because it was $7,000 minus the $850 for car A's car. It's still paid by the collision, and they still pay $1,000 out of pocket. So that's what A is paying right there, $18.50 and $61.50, and their premiums are still going to go up. But now car B has a problem. They were hit by somebody that didn't have any insurance, or they had insurance, but they didn't have enough insurance to cover them. So all of that, even though they're at fault, all that money is now falling on them. Now there's other things that they could try and take them to court and sue them, but now you're stuck paying lawyers. You're going to be tied up in court all the time. And there's cases where, if you hit somebody, let's say you win a judgment on someone, they still might not have the money to pay you. The court might say, okay, you have to pay them this much money. Well, they don't have that money. You're still out of luck. Now, they're just going to have a judgment against them, and it'll probably ruin their credit or, something like that. And they'll probably get a ticket or maybe jail time, probation or something for driving without insurance. But you're still going to be the one out of that money in this situation. So let's see what's going to happen. Car B has full coverage, and part of that coverage is the bottom part of that table I showed you, which is uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage. What that does is covers you. It covers the innocent party in the case that somebody is hit. It's like a hit and run, or they're covered if they are hit by somebody that doesn't have insurance or doesn't have enough insurance to cover them. You would pay the deductible out of pocket, and everything else would get covered, including your medical bills. So car B has $3,000 in damage to it. You would pay the first $500, and then $3,000 minus the $500 is $2,500. So now that you've paid that deductible, it's paying the $2,500 and your doctor bills, $2,000. And now let's hold on a second. Uninsured, underinsured motorist is going to cover you, but it's not necessarily going to cover the passenger. Okay, so that passenger is probably out that $1,500 themselves. And then your injuries are covered. Now, depending on your policy and your insurance company, it's possible that the insurance company could say, okay, that passenger was in the car with you, we're going to cover them. So it's possible that your insurance company would cover this, also the $1,500 for the passenger. As far as this class goes, we're not going to have anything necessarily that hard. So you'd add this up and say, okay, even though they're innocent, they're going to pay $500 out of pocket, and the $4,500 will get paid by the innocent party's insurance. Okay, so as you can see, just changing the coverage can vastly change the problem and how it all breaks down. Okay, if this car A had no coverage whatsoever, no collision coverage, then this entire $7,000 would be on them. And then they'd have to decide, okay, if I don't have the money, I don't have insurance, I don't have the money to pay this $7,000, they might just drive with a beat up car, and assuming it still runs, okay, or trade it in and get something else cheaper. But decisions have to be made. But that's an example of a car A hits car B type scenario. Stay tuned for other scenarios.